And here from createyourfuture.co. So today I have a little bit of a different video. We've got a long-time subscriber that sent in basically a question about what is blocking her from manifesting her relationship with her SP. It's basically manifesting with a huge age gap, which I think comes up and we've actually never talked about on this channel. So yeah, I'm basically going to read through a little bit of a backstory and give some advice on this. On how I would approach changing it and what I think maybe will help in the situation. But guys, just before we dive into it, we do have a free course, how to find your blocks to manifest anything fast. Link is in the description below. If you do go to sign up for it and it says that you're already subscribed, definitely email our email address, sessions@createyourfuture.co. Brandy will be more than happy to send it over to you. Okay. And guys, also we have a daily manifesting journal. It's absolutely amazing. I love it. I'm saying a lot today. This must be my favorite word. It's great. This one is, you can do it daily for your big goal, or you can do it daily just for little things to help build your belief in the law of assumption, because I think that's really what the key is here, to have the faith and belief that your intentions, affirmations, what you want is going to come to you, the confidence in your thoughts actually creating. So the link for the book is in the description below. So let's dive into this. So basically the summary on this is there's a huge age gap. Okay, so she's 54 and her SP is 35. They met when he was 25 and she was 44. And they've been hooking up for 10 years. But they don't just hook up. They go to dinner, movies, hangouts, sleepovers, order in, motorcycle rides, basically go on dates. All of his friends know about her, but they haven't met her in person. They work in the same field. They know a lot of the same people, but they don't tell others in the work environment. So right now they're both living by themselves. And yeah, so basically we're looking to manifest a full-time relationship. And so I went to ask, well, what do you think your specific person is thinking? Like, what have they told you? Why don't they want a relationship? And basically, he says he doesn't want a relationship with me mostly because of the age gap. What will his parents say? What if he wants kids? Currently says he does not want kids. Or to have or want kids, okay? But every couple months he starts pulling away, saying he doesn't have time, he doesn't want to see me, and he doesn't have romantic feelings. He wants to see other girls, and maybe we shouldn't continue this because I won't look for a serious relationship. So she wouldn't look for a serious relationship. And then either I reach out most of the time after several weeks, and he acts excited to see me, and things are back on. Okay, so it looks like we've got a lot of hot and cold here. And I mean, the biggest thing here is the age gap. And the other big thing here is, I would say the kids. Okay. So if that's what's coming up, and what people are going to think, we need to sort of work on that, right? So, I mean, let me put it out there. I mean, me and Andrea have a huge age gap. We have a 20-year age gap between us, okay? So you can manifest somebody with an age gap. And the biggest thing to manifesting somebody with an age gap is to be okay with it yourself, okay? So what's the new story about the age gap, okay? And then also to intend that they're okay with the age gap as well, right? And then also intend that everybody around you is okay with the age gap, right? So people are in relationships with huge age gaps all the time. You're both two consenting adults. You love each other, and it doesn't matter what age you guys are, okay? Everybody's going to get along. Everybody just wants you guys to be happy, and they support your relationship no matter what. And then, so everyone is you pushed out. So there's going to be a lot of, intending what the other person is thinking and, assuming what, they're thinking about the situation. Now, I do know that she's gone into the story a bit and says that, well, she's on a mental diet and shuts down nasty voice. Okay, so I understand that you are saying that, but everything in your reality is a direct reflection of your thoughts, everything in your reality. So it's like if your mental diet is completely reflected back to you, and all your beliefs and assumptions are completely reflected back to you in your reality. That's a complete reflection of it. Okay. So if you're not sure what thoughts need to be changed, we just look at what's reflecting back in our reality. So for instance, he says, well, you know what, it's the age gap. Okay, well then right then and there, boom, that's what you're throwing out. That's what, assumptions and beliefs are going around. We're going to have to work on that hard. Okay, so, it doesn't always take just one thought. It's the whole story around it. Okay, so you really need to work on that new story of him being okay with the age gap, and what is he going to say to you about the age gap? How is he going to feel about it? How's his family going to feel about it? Like, you really need to spend time on that story. And I do know that you've said in your email that basically, you've been working on this and nothing ever changes. He never reflects anything back. So we need to start saying things like, you know what, I can always, I always see that he is me pushed out because he always reflects the positive things I say back. I get evidence that he is me pushed out constantly. The other thing that I would really suggest, because in your email, there was a lot of doubt when it comes to manifesting in your relationship. So, you know what, I always manifest my relationships easily and effortlessly. I always get what I want in a relationship. I'm good enough to be in a committed, serious relationship, because you did allude a little bit to how it's always just sort of a friends with benefit thing, but not good enough for a commitment. So I'm good enough for a commitment. I'm good enough to have a commitment with who I want. And this person wants to be in a committed relationship with me, regardless of the age gap. They don't care about age. Their love is blind for me. They just want to be with me no matter what, right? So the other thing I think that we could benefit from here is basically doing a little list of everyone as you pushed out, and really start to manifest little everyone as you pushed out moments. Because, when you start to do that and see the correlation between, your thoughts and people's actions and words, it gives you a lot more confidence to stay on a good, clean mental diet. So I think what's happening here is there's a little bit too much nasty voice coming in and not enough catching those thoughts. Okay, so, we want to catch those thoughts. If we have one nasty voice, we got to put like 3 positive thoughts on that, right? 3 positive thoughts. I think we also need to change the story about why there's been 10 years of friends with benefits. Okay, so basically you could say, well, look at, what, I wasn't ready for a relationship. He wasn't ready, but now we're both living alone and we have no one else in our lives, and we're ready for a relationship, and we're ready for a relationship now. Okay, so I don't think that there's a block of anything to do with a childhood or talking to an ex-boyfriend or anything like that. I mean, you can basically date anyone that you want and still manifest somebody else. Okay, so there's no, manifesting rule going, well, if you want to manifest someone, you can't date anybody else. I mean, a lot of people out there, when they manifest their SP, they're dating other people. I mean, it's okay as long as you don't think it's going to block you from doing it. Now, questioning why it is not happening is also a block, okay? Because questioning what they're thinking, questioning why it hasn't happened, that's a block. It's about focusing on what you want. If you were living from the end of thinking this person wanted to be with you, would you be questioning why they didn't want to be with you? Absolutely not. Would you be questioning why it hasn't happened yet? Absolutely not. Okay, so we want to be from that end with every thought, everything that we have, right? So when you get that behavior where they start to pull away, right, I want you to really take some time and go, okay, what am I thinking and what am I feeling? That could be as created with your thoughts as easily as every few months he pulls away, right? It could also be, manifested in many other ways where, there's some thinking like, okay, he's not good enough, or something gets triggered in your reality and, you start spiraling out. So somewhere your thoughts are creating that, and that's what ends up happening. But, you want to change the story of basically of everything that's gotten you up to this point, okay? Because there is a lot of past history here. So, and you were living with someone when you were trying to manifest them. That's what was happening, is this person was living with someone, and that wasn't a block at all, okay? But what I would do now is I would stop and say, okay, look at, what, I wasn't ready or they weren't ready, but we're ready now. And it's about letting go of all that past history. Okay. It's just the time wasn't right, but now the time is right. Now this is what's happening. And I understand in this client story that subscriber story, that there was a time where she did try to manifest an ex back and failed. It's like, it's okay. Don't make that going, okay, well, I'm a failure. I tried to do it once and I didn't do it again. I can't do it again. No, absolutely not. Okay, that didn't work out, not a big deal. You want this now instead anyway. Maybe that didn't work out because you really wanted this anyway, or you wanted something else at the time, okay? So, remember, guys, everything that you try to manifest that you don't succeed at, it's not a failure, it's a choice, okay? You know what? If I get up in the morning and I'm having a great day and I'm getting along with Jerry and we're having a great relationship, it's a choice. If I wake up in the morning and decide that I am not going to have a good day and get along with him and have a fight with poor old Jerry, then that's a choice. It's not a failure, okay? Even though I want to be happy every day and be in a harmonious relationship with Jerry. Don't take a look at things as failures. I mean, take a look back and take a look at maybe where you went wrong with manifesting them back. Were you just too new at manifesting? Like, why didn't it happen? And, that's what I like to do. When I don't manifest something, I try to pinpoint where I sort of went wrong so I can learn from that mistake if I'm so worried about it. But then I also just say, look, you know what? I didn't manifest that, but I'm going to manifest this instead, and it's going to work out for me, right? So more intentions about, what? I am good enough to be in a relationship. I am good enough to have what I want. I am good enough for, my man that's 20 years younger than me to want to be with me and doesn't care about the age gap. And, also start creating, what do they want? So right now they've said that they don't want children. Great. That's it. No more question. They don't want children ever. They want to be with you. And what are you guys going to do in the future? What's your relationship going to look like? Really start spending some time on that. And, what they're going to think and feel and say to you as well, in addition to what their family is going to think and say to you as well. So yeah, you know what? I intend that helps. I know there was a lot of information packed in there, but basically it was a 10-year friends with benefits and a huge age gap. And so, that would be my advice, is really work on the age gap story and that they want a commitment and they're over any baggage until you get that verbal manifestation from them saying it. Do you know what I mean? Like, when it comes to these sort of things, you really gotta, put the pedal to the metal as far as putting your energy towards it. You want to convince yourself that the age gap isn't a big deal, and that's what's going to convince the other person. Okay. You really, and then, forget about everything else. Okay. If he didn't say it and you're not thinking it, it's not going to be a problem. And stop looking for, what could be a block. Go with what he's reflecting back to you, which is the age gap issue. So I think that would be the hugest thing there. It's like, you got to be okay with it, and you got to intend that he's okay with it. So yeah, I intend that helps. It's a little bit weird doing a video like this, but I intend that helps. And I intend that helps a lot of people, and I think this would apply to people with different religions as well, just intending that everybody accepts everybody, right? And, having that self-concept and confidence that you are good enough to have what you want, right? So yeah, I intend this video helps everybody. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.